Welcome back to House TV Live. I'm Rick Spence, and with me today is Jessie McLaughlin with Jessie Lane Interiors out of Los Angeles, and she's going to share her beautiful living room and guest bathroom. So thanks for joining us, Jessie. Can't wait to see the space.
Thanks so much for having me, Rick. I'm really happy to be here.
Let's start with the living room. Let's jump in there. So much color, and it's just a beautiful space. What were some of the things you wanted to achieve in this space?
When we first moved into the house, this room was a long, narrow, and really tall room. And I was trying to push the whole house in kind of a modern Spanish direction. So one of the first things I did is put some beams in to kind of break up all that white on the ceiling. We also added this bookshelf because I felt like that was a way to maximize the height of the room. My particular process is that I normally like to start kind of with one central idea and build a room around that. And I knew that I wanted this teal velvet sofa. And so that was what I started with, kind of a Vladimir Kagan-inspired sofa. But I went with some chunky legs instead of the typical thin legs that you'll see, because I feel like that gives it just a little more modern look. It was a custom piece that I designed with a local craftsperson. From there, I chose a rug, and I wanted a rug that really contrasted with the couch. Like I wanted the space to just feel elevated, but also playful, and there to be lots of pops of color. It's a vintage Bellucci rug, and it's larger than your typical Bellucci. It's hard actually to find one in that size. But I loved the way that kind of raspberry, cranberry color popped with the blue.
Really nice. Take me into some of your furniture and how you sort of attack the scale in the space.
I wanted something across from the couch to really make conversation feel easy. I had been drooling over these chairs by a local artist, Michael Felix, for a long time, and I knew I wanted that kind of chunky, marshmallowy shape in this Sherpa, and I just loved it, and I felt like the white kind of was a calming element against all the other color, but at the same time, it kind of retained that fun vibe that I really wanted for this space.
That looks so cozy. Can you fit a couple people in those things?
You can. They end up being everybody's favorite chairs, and it's amazing. My youngest likes to do kind of gymnastics on them, so I just have to hold my breath or not look.
Those are great. Love those. Now you've got kids and you've got a ladder with a bookshelf. So how's that working out? How are they getting pretty good on that ladder?
I'm shocked that we haven't had more injuries from that ladder because I have a pretty active crew around here. But no, it's been wonderful. It was always kind of my dream to have a library ladder and just to have built-ins that were really a palette for all these weird collections.
When you did the built-in, when you did the bookshelf, and you had so much wall space, how did you think about how many shelves you wanted, how many compartments you wanted? Because it could have been too busy, too many shelves, too much stuff.
That's actually a great question because It took a while. Something funny, my husband used to be an engineer. And so we designed, of course, he had his ideas about how big he wanted the TV to be. That was his main concern. And I had my ideas about what I wanted to go around the TV to take your eyes off of the TV. So he and I designed this together. We sat down with that graph paper, which of course he's a big fan of. I let him take the technical part. I knew that I wanted to have a mix of books and tchotchkes, collectibles on here, but I knew I wanted them to be some to be large, some to be small, there to be some art. And one issue I have with typical bookshelves is that often they're too shallow and they're not tall enough. One of my favorite pieces on the bookshelf is that large wooden chain in the middle that is above the TV. I love to, source unusual pieces. And I also kind of have this weird obsession with like hands and feet. I don't know why. Somebody asked me where it came from, and I think it's just like, well, hands and feet will never go out of style. They are like the ultimate art piece, you know? So I have a foot on the coffee table, hands you'll see all around the house. I think I have about 30 of them. So I clearly have a problem.
I think there's a human body element to what you're doing, because if I look down on this space right now, I kind of see a face. I see your
Oh.
coffee table as a nose, I see your chairs as two eyes, and I see your sofa as a smile. You have the hands, the feet. So I think there's like a very human element to what you've made here. Very sculptural, very pretty, and relatable space. And that's maybe why it's so comforting to look at. I mean, you just want to hang out in there.
When I designed this room, it is the room that we gather with friends. And I'm really, really missing that right now, obviously, because we haven't been able to do that in a long time. So that means a lot that you say that. And also, I've never seen the face, and now I will forever see a face, and I love that.
What is the actual dimensions of the space?
It's around 20 by 12. The couch itself is actually 17 feet long. So it's a pretty massive piece.
Yeah, that's an experience. All right, let's go into the walls a little bit and tell me about the window coverings and the artwork.
I actually tried some window coverings that were not custom, and they just were not working because of the scale of the room. So I went with the Shade Company. The color is curry, and I just loved the way it played with the teal on the sofa and the raspberry in the rug. I knew that it was going to be really important to pull all the colors together with the art, because even with as much as I like to use color, I had never gone this bold before. And so I like for a room to feel tied together. It helps your eyes to rest. The two pieces behind the couch are by an artist that I have admired for so long. His name is Martin Summers. Everybody sees something different in those, and I think that's one of the most fun things about it. The same goes for the Barbara Yetarian piece that is adjacent to the doors. I wanted, a bold piece on that side that also brought all the colors in. So much for me is like, well, what is the feeling that this piece of art gives me? But I think the main thing when I was looking for art was color. I wanted the color was like king in picking the art.
Well, congratulations on that space. I imagine you guys are so happy to be stuck at home sometimes when you have that kind of space to go to. Just beautiful. You got some time for another space?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so let's take a look at your guest bathroom you recently worked on. Let's start with the paint color, because that is like, whoa.
It is. It's this deep forest green, but there's more blue than yellow. I had seen the color used in a few places. It's Benjamin Moore Night Watch, and I was in love. I love the fact that it gave off this moody vibe. And so I knew starting off that I wanted to do the room in that color, and I wanted to do the ceiling as well, and also keep you from having this lush color on the walls and then a white ceiling. And it's a small bathroom, but it is the only bathroom downstairs. So that's the bathroom anybody who comes to our house uses. So when family comes, I wanted this to feel like a luxurious bathroom experience for them. I wanted this vanity to feel like a hotel vanity. I knew we were going to use this Arabescato marble, and often vanities, will come 6 inches up for the backsplash or even halfway up. I really wanted to take advantage of this gorgeous marble, and I thought, let's just go all the way up. Having this smoked glass shelf on the bottom with these kind of chunky iron legs is going to give it that Spanish Moroccan feel. We realized, wow, this is going to be way too expensive if we want to do the shower this way. And so we decided to go with some Zalige tile. It is an old Moroccan tile that is handmade. And so each piece looks different. It really has this sequin-like feel. We did the cement fish scale on the floor. I did pull a little bit of that Arabescato in to tie it in on the seat there in the shower. So that's, a little hint to the vanity.
Really nice. So let's talk about this cool little corner shelf you did with the towels underneath it, and you got some nice shelving there.
Yeah, again, I love to be able to display things and things that I've been collecting. And then I thought putting this shelf in would be a great way to get another arch in. That's kind of one of the things I have done in the house to give it some more character, to push it in that modern Spanish direction. I wanted to keep it clean, but to also feel warm. So these are actually pictures that I've taken some different places that I've traveled, and I thought that that would be, a fun and personal way to decorate this shelf. So that's what I did.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your two spaces with us. The living room is just awesome with the color and the comfort, and then you got the spa-like bathroom experience. So we're gonna have to do something else with you and go see one of your clients in the field. I imagine you're doing so much great work right now, and congratulations on all of it.
Well, thanks so much. Have a wonderful week.
You too. All right, take care. Bye-bye.